Hey, what's going on everyone? My name's Sakairis, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. You know those goofy QUANDALE DINGLE videos that have been circulating on the internet recently? Well, as I've been watching these videos, I've realized that there is some very emotional and really well written lore behind these videos. And so what I've done is I've spent the last 2 hours going through every single one of them I could find, which is like 15, but my computer loads really slow, so I've gone through every QUANDALE DINGLE video that I could find, and I've made a very comprehensive family tree. Boom. Yeah, so like I said, this is the QUANDALE DINGLE family tree, which I'm gonna explain. I have, everyone's name as best as I could get it. There's some people whose name we don't know. We don't know the name of QUANDALE and DeQuavius' son, for example. We don't know the name of QUANDALE's sister or his parents, but a lot of the other characters' names we do know. So I've also included some specific character traits that are important to each one of these characters and some specific events that have happened around them. Also, just before we get into it, I want to mention that basically everything on like this side of the family tree is pretty accurate, but everything over here, there's a lot of guesswork involved. This is just like one arrangement out of probably a few to how these people could be related. But anyways, let's get into it, starting with our main character, QUANDALE DINGLE. So the first thing that we learn about QUANDALE DINGLE, or the first thing canonically speaking in the QUANDALE DINGLE canon, is that QUANDALE DINGLE suffered brain damage as a result of his grandpa stomping on his head when he was a child. Very unfortunate event. It was a really sad moment in the QUANDALE DINGLE expanded universe. But this is an event that would lead to a lot of shenanigans, and we wouldn't have the QUANDALE DINGLE we know today without it, so maybe it was a good thing, who knows. QUANDALE DINGLE is a very interesting person. You can see a few of the notes here. He burned his house down after leaving the stove on. He has type 7 genital herpes. He blew his hand off after sticking a fork in a socket, and I tried to put these kind of in order of when they happened. This one is not in order. I don't know why that's there, but most of these are in order. But as I'll get into it in a bit, QUANDALE DINGLE is a professional assassin. He is a gun for hire, and the first instance we have of QUANDALE assassinating someone is in this universe, in the QUANDALE DINGLE expanded universe. QUANDALE assassinated Vladimir Putin by lacing his drink with Percocet, which I think is very interesting. Russia's been in the news a lot recently. It really gets you thinking about life and how things could have been different, huh? There's also a large segment of the lore where QUANDALE was in jail, apparently for assaulting a police officer and declaring war on Italy. He escaped prison on March 28th, 2022 by dumping boiling hot water on a guard's head. Very creative there. And the last note that I have for QUANDALE is that he celebrates Ramadan, so he might be Muslim. That's not confirmed, but there's some hints to it throughout the franchise. Now that's all the notes I have on QUANDALE directly, but there is a lot of other stuff that relates back to him. After all, QUANDALE is our main protagonist of this whole massive franchise. So don't click off yet. We still have more QUANDALE DINGLE lore to explore here. QUANDALE is actually married. I know a lot of people have forgotten that as they haven't brought it up in a while, but QUANDALE does have a husband who's actually the only other character we have a picture for here. DeQuavius Bingleton. Very cool right there. I don't have a lot of notes about DeQuavius right there, other than he asked the YouTube comment section of his YouTube channel for names for his son, of which he apparently selected 0 because we still don't know what his son's name is. Speaking of which, QUANDALE and DeQuavius have an adopted son. Like I said, we don't know what he looks like, don't know what his name is. All we know is that he is autistic, and at one point he got his hand trapped in an air fryer, mirroring what happened to his father QUANDALE when he got his hand blown off after sticking a fork in a socket. Like I said, this series has a lot of very good writing, very good lore in it, and a lot of stuff references back to earlier events. Alright, now let's go back and backtrack a little bit, going the other way on the family tree. Let's explore some of QUANDALE's siblings. So QUANDALE has 2 natural born, full siblings, I guess. We have QUANDALE's sister, whose name we do not know. We know that she possibly had an affair with QUANDALE, which was once again a very shocking moment in the QUANDALE DINGLE series. And we also know that she was at one point killed in an IED explosion, possibly set off by QUANDALE himself. Once again, he is quite the assassin. Maybe he was trying to cover up that affair or something. A lot of this lore isn't confirmed yet, but one can only wonder. We also know that she had Tourette's. Once again, there's a lot of illness and stuff in the Dingle family, unfortunately. But hey, it's a deep-rooted, very emotional family drama. so it kind of works. We also have Quandale's natural-born brother, who's one of the only characters in the franchise that we actually have a name for, Quavante Zingleton. And I wrote down here that he's possibly a stepbrother. I'm not quite sure. Oh, I wrote that because he has a different last name. His last name is not Dingle. I could have put him over in the section with his two adopted siblings. However, they both have Dingle as their last name, which makes me think that Zingleton is possibly the child of someone that Mrs. Dingle was with before Mr. Dingle. Speaking of which, let's move up to Mr. Dingle. We know that Mr. Dingle was very abusive towards Quandale. Unfortunately, this is mentioned in several episodes. It's actually brought up more than pretty much anything else in the series. But Quandale got his payback for this. At one point, we know that Quandale put fireworks in his salad. A really funny prank. And he was also eventually also assassinated by Quandale by melatonin overdose. And that's something that you'll actually see a lot in this series. Quandale's preferred method of assassination seems to be overdoses on various medication, you know, make it look like a natural death, or like I said, an overdose. Like I said, deep-rooted family drama here. Going on up to kind of the connector for the entire family tree here, kind of in the center, this is Mrs. Dingle. We don't really know a whole lot about Quandale's mother. We only know that she beat the goofy uncle with a pan at one point because goofy uncle tried to molest Quandale at one point. To be honest, Miss Dingle is probably the best character in the entire franchise. She doesn't really have any negative points about her, which is very unusual for the Quandale Dingle expanded universe. Like I said, a lot of these characters are very deep-rooted and complex, and it's like Game of Thrones where no one's ever really completely good or bad. But you know, it's good that we have one character that's at least somewhat relatable and stands up for other people. It's very good. As you can see here, we don't have a whole lot about Goofy Uncle, other than that he tried to molest Quandale at one point, and it didn't go well because he got beat up with a pan. Moving on over to the Goofy Auntie. We don't know a whole lot about the Goofy Auntie either, other than that she stabbed Quandale's grandpa, her own father presumably, with a knife at Longhorn Steakhouse. If you've ever seen the knives at Longhorn Steakhouse, you'll know that that was probably not a very fun injury to have, and although this does happen off camera, it's not a thing that you see in the franchise. One can only imagine the grandpa's pain having to get stabbed with a knife at Longhorn Steakhouse. We move on to presumably Goofy Auntie's son. This is one of the parts that I'm not sure on. I'm not sure if Henry Bartholomew Dinglenut is the son of Goofy Auntie or Goofy Uncle. It could be either one, but I just put him under Goofy Auntie because I had more room here. We don't know a whole lot about Henry either. All that we know is he's a domestic terrorist. He tried to blow up, I think, like an orphanage or a children's hospital or something. I didn't make a note of it, and I don't know why. That seems like something that's kind of very important to the story here. But anyways, moving on to the headpiece of the entire family tree, the grandpa character. We know that at one point the grandpa was karate chopped in the knee by the uncle. I don't remember exactly why this happened, although I'm sure the Goofy uncle had a very good reason for it, or maybe not, because he's, you know, a child molester. Quandale has had several assassination attempts on the grandpa character. We know at one point Quandale tried to inject the grandpa character with type 2 diabetes. I'm not even sure how you really do that, but I haven't actually watched an episode of the Dingle expanded universe in a very long time, so maybe I missed that and I'm just not remembering. But the grandpa was also presumably killed after Quandale pushed him into oncoming traffic for changing the channel to Family Feud, once again showing Quandale not a perfect character. He can be prone to anger at some points, but that just makes the whole franchise more interesting in my opinion. All right, moving on to our last two characters. We have Quandale's adopted siblings, an Italian one and an Asian one. We have Linguini Dingle. We don't know a whole lot about him either. I don't actually have any notes other than the fact that he's adopted. So anyways, moving on to Quan Lingling Dingle, his Asian sibling, adopted sibling. By the way, spoilers for this part if you don't want the end of the whole Dingle story spoiled for you, because it's very shocking. I know I was shocked when I saw this the first time. It's a really great scene. But in the last episode of the Dingle Expanded Universe, Quan Lingling actually assassinates Quandale by lacing his ramen with, quote, illegal substances. I'm not exactly sure what he used, but one can only wonder, knowing that Quandale has assassinated 2 people in the past with substances of questionable legality. Yeah, Quandale's death scene was very sad. It was a very tragic moment for the whole Dingle fan base, all my Dinglers out there. You know how it was. You know, it was a good ending. It was a little bittersweet. We saw the death of our favorite character, Quandale Dingle, but we saw a new champion, QUANDALE Dingle emerge in his wake to take over the family business of assassinating high-profile political figures with various prescription drugs. Anyways, that is the entire Dingle family tree as of this moment. This list still has room for expansion. I hear that they're coming out with a sequel to the original Dingle expanded universe. I'm very excited to see that, so hopefully we'll get that sometime soon. But anyways, until next time, my name is Zacharias. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more videos breaking down the story of the whole Dingle saga, make sure to comment down below. All my dinglers out there, if you guys could just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, that'd be really cool. I'd really appreciate that. And until next time, peace out. See ya.